50 years of anti-Trinitarianism is one of the elements that took down the Roman Empire. Let's go back and let's review some of the dates which can be interesting for us to understand how the Roman Empire fell. In 312, we have Constantine, which claims to have seen a cross, and a voice told him, "In this sign you will conquer." So he replaces the symbols of the Roman Empire, the eagle, with the cross. And then he goes forward in that battle and he wins. So he is excited about this. And then he decides the next year in 313 to make the empire to become Christian. Therefore, Christianity becomes the official religion of the empire with the Edict of Milano. In 321, we know the Sunday law is promulgated. And in 325, Constantine himself, due to the problem of anti-Trinitarians, which are called Arians at that time, due to the teachings of Ario, which was one of the bishops at that time in the area of Alexandria of Egypt, he calls for the Council of Nicaea. The Council of Nicaea is financed by Constantine, organized by Constantine, and he gives a great party, and then he invites everybody and convinces the other bishops of the empire to sign this agreement, in this council, that Arianism is illegal in the empire. But 3 years later, Arian people managed to convince Constantine that it was wrong what he said. Therefore, in 328, Constantine decrees in favor of Arianism and declares Arianism as the official version of Christianity for the whole empire. 50 years will be like this, with the son of Constantine, Constans, and with the next emperor, until 378. 378 is when finally the decree comes to make the Roman Empire again non-Arian, so again Trinitarian and not anti-Trinitarian. Only 30 years from then, 32 years, and Rome would collapse. In 410, we know the city of Rome is attacked by the barbaric tribes, and the beginning of the end starts. So that's one of the reasons why then the papacy takes over in 476 with the final fall of Rome. And from that moment forward is the Bishop of Rome that leads the Western Roman Empire. And the rest of the empire is led by Constantinople, which is modern Istanbul. Now, this is just to say that anti-Trinitarianism is nothing really new. It's an old heresy which was present in the first centuries. It is an old heresy which was present in Adventist pioneers until the time when Ellen White writes in The Desire of Ages, the triune God. So in the concept of understanding of what is the relationship between Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is a mystery for us, and we are not supposed to dive into it. And whoever dives, may he be cursed. So it's an important element that we understand that is not our area to go into. It is holy ground, and we are not enlightened on that area. We are not supposed to go there. And if we go there, we will end up into a form of Gnosticism, into trying to understand God from a rational perspective. And Gnosticism was another of the first century heresies. So Satan is not so creative. He uses the same things over again because the generations are changing and people do not study history. They do not understand the depth of spirituality, and they think that they can know it better than others. So they don't rely on what previous generations have been building upon, but they would select from history what they wish. In this case, Adventists that support anti-Trinitarianism, they select only the pioneers which did not believe in Trinitarianism and those statements, and on them they build their theology. So this is wrong because it does not have a comprehensive approach on understanding spirituality in general, and it's a Gnostic gospel. And it is another gospel. Therefore, Apostle Paul says that we should not mingle with those that have another gospel, and that gospel might be anathema. So I encourage you to keep firm on what is the Christian tradition of the Trinity, not because it's a tradition, but because we know that there is wisdom in past generation and in understanding of it, and we should not try to reinvent the wheel or try to go in areas where is not allowed for us to go. So my wish is that anti-Trinitarians might convert themselves back to Trinitarianism, and my suggestion is for Trinitarians not to follow anti-Trinitarians, and if it's necessary, detach yourself from them, because they will gnostically influence your view and your understanding, trying to make you to think that you can understand God, which is a lie, because you cannot be God, you are not God, and you will never be God. And to understand God, you either have to be equal or superior to Him. May God bless us, and may God deliver us from the heresies that are blowing within Adventism today.